I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched my videos, who's taken time out of their day to watch my videos. Some of them are long, some of them are kind of ridiculous, some of them are funny, some of them are really meaningful, but every single one of them have something in common, and they're all from the heart. I mean every word that I say, no doubt about that. And I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click at the bottom of the screen and subscribe to me, Kenny Radical. This is a milestone for me, 100 videos. I'm really blessed for it. And, you know, it's just, I started this a couple months ago, back in July, and 100 videos right now. It's great. And it's humbling. It really is humbling, you know. I mean, I don't have the astounding 1,000 viewers or anything like that per video, but I do have viewers. And to the people who I'm touching lives with, I thank you for allowing me to speak to you and for watching me. And to other people, I hope this gets up. I really do. I pray for it that it does get up, but I'm going to keep at it. I really am. For my 100th video, I decided to just really do a self-log and just really kind of tell y'all about me and my ambitions and stuff like that. You know, real quick. I try not to take as much time, you know, take a lot of time, but you know, it kind of started with this whole thing, you know, not even with YouTube, but I always enjoyed the camera. And it started when I was like 7 years old, where, you know, I was taking class pictures, and then I just was all like, hey. And I had a bigger forehead than I do now. I really did. But I loved the camera, and I was inspired to really just either be a director, producer, something, but I always thought of myself as somebody who's gonna have their name in lights one day. And if it's when I'm dead, hell, I made it. But I've always loved the camera, and I've always loved television shows and people, and I've always loved shows when they get in depth into people's lives and how you can relate to people outside of the screen right here. Now, I've been really blessed to be a people person, and I'm able to vibe with everybody who I meet. And I don't have one of those close-knit circles, because I got a big circle. I have a big circle of friends and family, and I keep them all together, and I try to keep up with as much people as I can. And to the people who I haven't caught up with in a while, I'm sorry, but I do my best. I do my best. I don't really hate people, because I understand people will be people, and I can't be mad at who they are or what they do. I can't. I would say I'm a peacemaker kind of guy. You know, I know when I can get loud and when I shouldn't. Sometimes I can be obnoxious. Sometimes I might over-laugh a lot of times. But it's just because I'm a happy person, and I'm happy because I'm blessed. I feel good all the time. I've had my moments where I'm low, but overall, I feel good all the time. Overall, I feel good. I let the positive overcome the negative. And I kind of learned through life, no matter what anybody tells you you can't do, or no matter what the critics say, no matter what, because it's like the critics want perfection in their eyes. And the way you do it is okay, but it's not okay by the critics. I'm a complicated person. I do things the complicated way. Sometimes I don't really like to do things the easy way. I like to make them complicated for some reason. That's just me. I mean, not everything, but a lot of times I do things complicated. And, you know, when Kid Cudi said the complicated never get congratulated, it's kind of true, because I've never been congratulated for what I've done. That's kind of complicated. You know, I've had my, you know, my critics and constructive criticism and everything like that. And honestly, I sometimes just do Kanye shrugs, but they're also, you know, the constructive criticism is healthy for you. It is. But you still got to remember that you're fighting critics, and critics will always have something to say. and you're never gonna do right by you might do right by them every now and then, but not all the time. So this whole chasing perfection thing that we see, like, oh, it's got to be perfect, crystal clear. It's okay if you have a slip up, because the mistake shows what it's truly worth. I know this ain't the Love Connection or anything like that, but I love smooth jazz music like this. It calms the mood and relaxes everything. Growing, and when I was a teenager, I was spending a lot of time with my dad, and not as much as we do now. But hey, I mean, I'm older. I'm trying to get my life together, and he's been supportive ever since. But what I learned from my dad is never never take breaks. And he's, I have that fire in me from him to just keep going and keep pushing, because he's a family man first, and then he's a worker. He's always been there for us. And the same thing for my mom. She's has such high hopes for me and my sister. And there's still, and they're high hopes that I've had too. I believe that I am going to be something big. I believe that there is something big to come. And I've doubted it before. I've doubted it before because things have just not gone the way that I thought they were, but they're going the way that they should. My dad's worked for over 35 years, ever since he was a kid. He was 11 years old when he was working in the fields in Bakersfield. And he's worked in correction, he's worked for a security guard, he's worked as a security guard, and now he was forced to retire, but I thank God for that. And he's just been, he's been the ladder that I've been trying to climb up, because he's taught me to put family first and help the family out first, and forget about your selfish needs and everything like that. You gotta do what's best for yourself in the future. And my dad introduced me to jazz, the coffee table jazz, the contemporary, all that. He introduced me to it, and I asked him when I was like 12, when I was a young kid. I asked him, I said, Dad, why do you listen to jazz? And he says, because the world is so busy. He said, the world is so busy. And then he said, the world is so busy, and we just don't take time to really just sit back and enjoy the simplicity of it. And that's what I took from my dad. Simplicity. I really am blessed. And to everybody watching, thank you. I really do thank you. I really do appreciate it. And everything that I've talked about, from people will be people, to perks of being a short black guy, perks of being a black guy, to Gerb, Girls Exactly Right and Beautiful, to just everything. Thank you. And realize my videos, they're just lessons of life. To the group of friends that I have, thank you. And I love you all. I've survived a lot of groups of friends. And I mean survived, I made it through the drama, the fights, the arguings, the near-death experiences, the the hate, the love, the fake hate. I mean, the fake love, the everything. I've survived, and I've seen real life with these people, and I thank them for it. This is how I thank them. I can't really just it's hard to just pick them out of the way and just say, hey, thank you. Well, thank you for what you do. But honestly, I thank them. It started with my best friend Connor Coates. That was my first friend ever. And from there on, it's just been a slew of good people. And right now, the group that I'm in, from Calvin to Retro to Sarah Ballin to Puffy to Plum to Tavi to Victor to Chris to Meme, Esme, to Junie to Eric to Frank, Nicole, to Luis, to Sergio, Plum, Redhead, Alejandra. I don't know. I'm sorry, Alejandra. When you say she doesn't really like calling people bleh. She doesn't really like people calling her that. I don't know. I mean, I call her Alejandra. It's not that bad. It's her name, anyways. But just to everybody, from the Franco family to the whole Romero family to Puffy's family, Kaylin. It's just been. It's been cool. It's been cool, and everybody just has been supportive of this right here. And shout out to all. Shout out to all my friends. To the subscribers out there, thank you. To all my friends, though, to the friends who I haven't seen in a while. Drake, JP, Gil, everybody. Noel, Chris, Patello. I mean, I could go on. The list goes on, but I'm giving y'all a shout out because I want to say thank y'all. Thank you guys. I really do. And to my, the people on my Facebook, to my church family who does watch this, and to the kids at the church who watch this, I want to say thank you so much for this. This is really big for me. And of course, there's going to be more to come. Of course, there's going to be more fun adventures. But thank you so much for everything, for the support, for the love, for it all. I couldn't have done this without you guys. And to my mother and father and my sister, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kenney Radcliffe. I'll do it proper. My name is Kenneth Wayne Radcliffe II. I'm from a little town called Moville, Moreno Valley, California, where we do get crazy and ratchet every now and then, but I would not say it's ghetto. I would just say it's a city in work. We may not be the best, but there is talent in this city. Oh yeah. There is talent in this city. Shout out, and for that, to the rappers, Mike Mob, Nikki D, Domino, M Dollar, all of y'all, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And don't let anybody kill your vibes. I appreciate people. Take care. Be good. Shout out to my boys. My other boys. Shout out to Gilbert Moreno, my homie, my brother. Ricky Castillo, my boy up in San Pedro. Kevin fucking Buddy. Kevin Bud, I love you, big man. Robert, Whelms, and Eves. Shout out to you, Dirty. Shout out to Tim. Alright, sorry, I almost forgot your guys. Hector, Mark, Henry. Damn. Whole mind blown. Lee Yazzie, Willie. Love y'all. Love y'all. Forgot. Shout out to Potts, Katie, at Katie Shures, if that's how you say it, Shiz or whatever. Brandy and Adam Crandall. Can't forget about y'all. Yeah, shout out to y'all.